thinking of traveling to China for an organ transplant or know someone who is, here's a word of caution from human rights lawyer and Nobel Peace Prize nominee David Maitis. Someone in China might get killed for your organs. Let's take a closer look at why.
A new push to expose chilling crimes happening inside China by student organizations at Harvard. During panels hosted at the Ivy League last week, experts laid out evidence for forced organ harvesting in China. That is, harvesting organs from victims while they're still alive.
It's a crime against humanity, it's genocide.
For years, organ availability in China seemed too good to be true.
If you pay less, it could be a month, 2 months. If you pay more, it could be a couple weeks.
In Western countries, including the U.S., wait times are much longer. For a heart, the wait is 6 to 12 months. Others may wait several years. It's common for patients on the transplant list to die waiting. But in China, transplants of vital organs like livers can be booked weeks or even months in advance.
You can't make a fixed appointment for a heart transplant without somebody being booked to be killed for their organs.
In 2019, an international tribunal in London gave its final judgment on allegations of forced organ harvesting. The tribunal is chaired by Sir Geoffrey Nice, the lead prosecutor on the case against the former president of Yugoslavia. The tribunal said Falun Gong practitioners were probably the main source of China's organ supply. Falun Gong is a mind-body spiritual meditation practice that has faced brutal persecution in China for over 2 decades. A witness at the panel said she believes her father was a victim of forced organ harvesting. He was arrested in 2004 and died 3 months later in police custody. When she finally was allowed to see his body,
I saw stitches at his throat, sewn up by very thick black threads. Knife incisions extended down from his throat until they were covered by his clothes. My aunt and uncle went in later and they unbuttoned his clothes while police weren't paying attention. They saw the incision went all the way from the throat to the abdomen. When they pressed on the abdomen, they found it was stuffed with hard ice.
The panel was hosted by 3 student organizations at Harvard. Organizer An Cao said there isn't enough awareness about the issue in the school's academic circles.
And I think when I talk to people at Harvard, including faculties and students, a lot of them still think it's not real. Some of them even think this is just an urban legend or it's just a propaganda against the CCP. So that's why I invite the speakers, I organize the events to systematically present the evidence to the communities at Harvard.
3 U.S. states, Texas, Utah, and Arizona, passed bills combating forced organ harvesting. David Maitis says more needs to be done.
Human rights violations, if they're not stopped, they spread. I mean, Americans can't wait until somebody comes for them for their organs, because by then it'll be too late. If they want to stop that from happening to them, they have to stop it while it's stoppable.
Right now, it's unclear how many Americans go to China for organ transplants every year. Juliet Song, NTD News.